Alright, so now we're going to try to do the front fuel filter, which may not be too bad because it looks like this one can be done from the top. I got the actual Mopar part with a new cap O-ring and the Mopar instructions. Drain all fluid from filter housing. Okay. Place collection container under drain valve. That's done. Open drain valve and then open the lid 2 full turns, but do not remove the lid at this time. Allow housing to drain for approximately 2 minutes. Well, let's see if I can get up here and do that. So, this is the drain valve. Yep, there she goes. I don't know what size that is, but we will have to go get a wrench. That's metric or not, but the socket I had that fit it is 1 1/8 inches. Maybe. Holy smoke. Okay, it's turning. Good grief. That O-ring is a screaming. Yeah. Okay. And conveniently, everything is pretty much stopped draining at this point. So, we're gonna let that drain for just a little bit while longer. Alright, step 3, remove the filter cartridge from the housing. Nope, we're not done with step 2 yet. Remove the lid to ensure fluid has drained. Close drain valve, dispose of fluid properly. Okay. Back up here again. I should have used my creeper. Didn't think of that, didn't think about it. Fluid hasn't drained worth a damn. So that's not helpful. It appears to be now. I guess there was still a bit of a vacuum seal going on. Now she's draining. Alright, we're gonna let that drain some more then. It looks good. That's good. I don't know where the hell the O-ring is. I guess around the outside of the bottom, so I'm gonna go get a pick so I can try to get that O-ring off. Alright, so there's your O-ring. Get that out of there. And one of the things it says is do not use tools. There it goes. On the filter, or bad things will happen to you. So that appears to be our next step. Will be to get that out of there and try not to drop garbage everywhere. That wasn't the smoothest thing in the world, but she's off. A little grayer than the stock one, but certainly not bad. So, basically happy with that. And now, before I forget, I can't reach it. Now, before I forget, turn that off. Take a quick root around in the bottom of the filter for crud. Don't really see any. Hard to see though. It looks pretty good. So, I think the next step we will find out. Filter housing preparation for use. Inspect housing walls for debris. If debris is observed, use clean fuel or mild solvent to rinse residue and debris. Drain thoroughly. Do not use brake cleaner, carb cleaner, or similar harsh solvents. Do not remove the water sensor or drain valve from the housing. Do not use tools or brushes. Okay, I don't see anything seriously wrong in there. I think I might be seeing something that looked a little shiny, flaky. So as this is the first time this is being done, I'm gonna go get some rags and just mop that up a little bit and see what we got. All right, mopped out the inside, basically immaculate. So that's good. Now, get to install the new cartridge. Do not pre-fill. Truck uses an electric fuel pump that will easily fill the filter and purge the air from the system. Insert the new filter cartridge in the housing. Ensure that the housing and O-ring groove are clean. Before installation, thoroughly lubricate the new O-ring. Now those steps are in bass-ackwards order, but 28 millimeter or 1 1/8. That would have been good to know. So that's exactly correct. All right. So our next step is to stick this thing back into the housing. Of course, getting it down there, not getting it all gunked up, isn't the easiest thing in the world. There we go. There it is. Now we will move the O-ring up a little bit. Get some fuel. Put it on. Make sure it's on. There it is, seated. Now, wipe out the cap. And we'll be cranking that down to 22.5 foot-pounds. So that's what we're about to do. And that's done. So that's the front one. Prime and start, turn ignition switch to the run position, wait for 4 seconds, and turn the ignition switch back to the off position. Repeat the above sequence 4 times. All right. I don't have one of those expensive trucks. All right, that should be 4. Obviously not enough. There she goes. That took a few more than 4. But that sounds right. So, good. Now we're going to go do the rear. So the rear unit on my dually is, of course, directly above the drive shaft. So when you open the drain, it's going to pee all over the drive shaft, because why wouldn't you want it to do that? So by the looks of it, there's a couple of different O-rings that come with the new one for up top and one for here. It appears that you need to unplug this wire, which goes up to the top of the frame up there, and then you can, well, at that point you can drain everything and take the whole thing out. You can unscrew this from the top. My normal oil filter strap wrench just barely fits on this size, so that may have been done on purpose, because that's kind of handy. So we'll see what we can do to unplug that plug. Kind of up there. Oh, okay, well that was nice and easy. That was kind of cool. It's a very standard plug, no secondary lock, so that's nice. Set that out of the way. Get my bucket. Get ready to get wet. Oh yeah. Oh, that sucks. That's terrible. I'm gonna go get a hose. Of course, right over the drive shaft. All right, let's try that again. All right, so that's a little better. No, it's not. Well, I'm gonna let that drain. All right, that hose helped a little bit. Only most of it got onto the drive shaft. And so now, boy, this is factory tight too. I have closed the drain valve again because a lot of fuel came out. I don't expect there's going to be much that should spill from the top. I'm doing my best to not screw up that wire. And now she's loose. Oh, here we go. I was wrong. How is that possible? Alright, so there's a vacuum that doesn't undo itself until you break it loose. So, yeah, keep that in mind. It's rain and diesel. Now, if it weren't for the splashing, the drive shaft is doing a remarkable job of getting it into the bucket, so that's a plus. Alright, that should be enough for me to get it off without making any more of a mess. Let's see. Oh, there she goes. Yeah. Okay. And now it's off. So we're going to take this up to the top side. That all looks pretty good, which is nice. And then we're going to figure out how to swap all the parts around. Okay, so now we got this disaster out from under the truck. We've got our new one, 2 new O-rings. Again, I'm assuming the big square one is up here like on an oil filter, and the little one is for in here. So the first thing we need to do, I guess, is take this out without ruining it. I don't have a wrench this big, so okay, she's moving. I'm not gripping on it terribly hard. There she goes. All right, that wasn't bad, which is good. How much more diesel we're going to throw on the ground. I'm guessing that is the water indicator. So if you ever get a fault on your dash saying there's water, it's probably coming from here. Maybe coming from up front too. So now I need a pick. So again, we'll go get one. Get that off. Being careful of the sensor. I'm sure the local Dodge dealer stocks these, but I'm also sure they're not free. So, probably worth taking care of it a little bit. Alright, we can get rid of this. Yeah. Put our new O-ring on. Good and seated. Enough oil on the threads, get it lubed up. Don't cross thread it. Good and snug. Alright. Now we've got the sensor in. Go for the big O-ring. That's it. Now, according to this, we tighten it till it stops and then go a quarter turn. And then we hook up the wire, prime the fuel pump, and we should be good to go again. All right. Get this thing in there. It's like a little check ball in the snout, so you gotta push it a little bit to get it to start. Alright, that's probably more than a quarter turn, but at a quarter turn, it didn't feel real tight. It didn't feel really good at all. Now we'll plug the wire back in. And that should be it. Alright, let's go try to get the truck started. So I've already done one key on, so you should be able to hear the fuel pump fire. And that should do it, I hope. Goodness. I'm surprised that the back one is actually a little sloppier than the front because it's directly over the drive shaft. But either way, she's serviced now for a while. I won't have to do those for at least a year. So that is at least how I change the oil, the fuel filters on a 4th gen Ram Cummins. So, y'all take care.